Hi everyone, Christina here. So today I want to talk to you guys about hiring a designer versus doing everything yourself and which is the smarter choice. Let's go. First of all, that really, in my opinion, there really is no smart choice. It really depends on what's coming up for you in the current time. Can you afford to hire a brand designer on your team? Or do you need to work for yourself and only with yourself for the amount of time in order to save up? My humble opinion, if you're just starting out, whether you're 6 months in your business or if you're a year in your business, what would be good is to start on your own so that you get a good understanding about everything that you need to do in your brand. So whether it's visuals and DIYing your logo, if it's email marketing and you have to do some writing, if it's your website, you have to use a template, anything like that. You want to look at your whole brand as holistic as possible because you want to see how much has to get done so you get an idea of who you might need. You'll also get an idea of how you want to echo your brand out, what platforms work well with you and which platforms might not be the ones for you. So this gives you an idea of how you want to run your business. It also allows you the options to explore and to pivot where you need to, because of course when you're just starting out, you're trying to learn about your niche audience as well as your niche service that you want to provide and what individuals are more attracted to in terms of your offers or in terms of your messaging. So you will be exploring for a little while to get an understanding of what fits you and what people need, right? So I'd say, in the first couple of months to a year, get good at being curious. Get good at exploring and experimenting. Don't overthink the whole thing as a whole in terms of your brand. Just really tune in with yourself. Talk to yourself at times to see, what's resonating good with you in terms of what your niche is and how you can grow or expand or where you should be focusing your energy on. Once you get good and established on that, then you can look at hiring a designer or hiring a salesperson or an admin person, whoever you think you're going to need. Because some people might not want to hire all of these people. They might just say, okay, I just need an admin person. I can do all the branding and social media work and videos, etc. That is a great way for someone starting out as the smart choice. But in terms of long-term things, this is where we have to focus on the long term. So it's okay for the short term to do something for yourself and do it all by yourself, but I'd say when you're building your brand, you also want to think about long-term goals. So as you're starting out, like I said, start thinking about the people that you might need. Start saving up money for those individuals. And you don't, like I said, you don't have to hire them for permanent. You can hire them on a contract where they help you for 3 to 6 months, however many months you might need them. But that's an option. You have to just ensure that you're financially stable to do something like that, because these individuals can cost you a little more than what you think. So that's why it's good to start out by yourself, get grounded in what you want to do, and then look at long-term things. So saving up money for a brand designer and saving your time by hiring these people. When you're starting out, you're not really growing yet. You're just kind of getting traction, very little, but it's just enough to get a good understanding of who the type of people you will be attracting. Now, probably another 2 years to 4 years, you will probably get more traction and more growth. You're going to get to the point where you might only have attention in one area of your brand that you're going to neglect everything else. So this is why I say that you need to hire a brand designer or an admin person to save you time and gives you more energy to focus on what you're best at. And if sales is not your best thing, then you know who you're hiring. And other than that, you keep moving forward, right? So the more you grow, probably the less time you're going to have on your other things in the brand. That's why you need to kind of really think about, what do you want to focus on? What do you care about most? And what are your values, right? This is all part of it, because there's going to be some sacrifices that you'll have to make in order to grow. You might have to sacrifice, all the time that you used to have to create amazing social media content. You might have to pass that on to somebody else to give you the time you need to work directly with your clients, because the user experience is really important, and the relationship building is as important as serving them, right? You have to ensure that they still want to keep coming back. And I know in terms of social media, creating content is super draining and it's very time consuming. So this is why I'd say hiring a designer to help design the posts, as well as a social media marketer. These two individuals would be going hand in hand, helping you show up consistently online, and you don't have to worry of missing a day or missing an engagement on social media with your people. They're there to answer any questions. They're there to keep you looking good online, but you have to trust them. And I know lately trust is a big issue right now in society. So I know that being authentic is very important when it comes to running a brand. So this is why I say to you, mental health professionals, that focus on what you do best at, be authentic as possible so that you don't fall into burnout, and leave whatever is not your best at to somebody else that could help you much more and save you so much time and allows you to grow much quicker than you were looking for. And falling into burnout can be extremely dangerous for your brand, because then you lack performance. You're going to be so exhausted. You're not going to be in the right mindset when you're trying to help somebody on a mental level, right? So all this because you want to save money, right? You got to look at it that way too. Your mental health matters, right? Especially when you're trying to run a brand and build a business and all those great things and serve your people. You need to be in that right mindset, in the right energy frame in order to bring value to people. So yeah, I understand you're trying to save money, but bringing on other people for your brand will help you just focus on what you need to do on a mental level. Other than that, your mental health matters. So falling into burnout is just a sign that you're doing too much and that your performance level is going to go down, which means your brand is going to go down. So this is why you need to look at the bigger picture here. But that's completely up to you in terms of how you want to start and how you want to gain traction, because every person's different. Every person deals with burnout differently or reacts to burnout differently too, because maybe sometimes they might not feel tired, but maybe their motivation is off, or the way that they talk is off. So you have to make sure that you keep coming back and reframing yourself and realigning yourself so that you don't fall into that burnout line. That's all I have for you today in terms of both of those choices. And remember, you're the business owner, so you have to think about these things. And it's up to you. Nobody can tell you what is right and what is wrong, what's a good solution, and on all these things. You're the only person that knows what is best for you. You know how much you can handle. You know your limits. Stay within them. Don't overexceed yourself, because when you do that, it's only going to cause more mental strain on you. You're going to fall into burnout once again, and that's already troublesome. What I need from all of you guys is to just gain clarity on your goals for the business. So always check in with yourself every quarterly in your brand and ask yourself, how am I doing in my brand? Am I growing? Everything that I'm doing aligning to my purpose? And if not, then you need to look at those things. Do I need to hire somebody? Be honest with yourself too, because that matters. So yes, that's pretty much all I have for you today. So thank you so much for listening. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to comment below, and I will be more than happy to answer any of your questions. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Keep smiling. Bye.